is titled, What the F? They should all be titled that, right? Steve, please keep my name and information confidential. No problem, I got you. This whole thing has left me in a haze of confusion and disbelief. My name is blank, and I live in southeast Wisconsin. Not your typical sighting location. What I'm about to tell you happened less than 48 hours ago. I spent the day yesterday throwing up and having panic attacks. I don't know who to talk to about this. I don't know what to do. I have to tell someone. I feel like there's significant details that need to be shared. Or maybe not, I don't know. Sorry for rambling. I still feel terrible. Anyway, here it goes. Sunday afternoon about 1 p.m. I went to one of a dozen public hunting grounds that I frequent in hopes of finding a few sheds from some of the mature bucks I'd seen during this past season. Jefferson Marsh. There's a substantial amount of snow on the ground, which, as you know, slows travel. I'd made it about 3/4 of a mile from the access, paralleling the creek the whole time. This is a familiar location to me and an awesome big buck bedding area this time of year. As I started to head west away from the creek towards bedding, I noticed a nasty smell. A gut pile with a must quality. Well, it must be musk quality, like B.O. I didn't pay it too much mind and kept moving. When shed hunting, my focus is on scanning for antlers, not much else. I made it 100 yards from the creek, just into the thicker cedar swamp, and that's when shit hit the fan. It started with a thump behind me. It sounded and felt like a four-wheeler hit the ground. Everything shook. I quickly turned around, and I saw it. 30 yards away on the trail I just walked was this thing. It didn't look anything like the Patterson Sasquatch, not at all. It stood probably 5.5 to 6.5 feet tall, extremely muscular, dark brown hair that looked like it had been falling out, like an ape with mange. Its head was smaller than it should have been, with big, beady black eyes. The face was wrinkled, lips a weird black/brown mix. It clearly had canines, big ones. It was drooling or slobbering as it breathed. Its arms hung just to its knees, maybe just above. Its hands were thick and muscular and grayish in color. Its tongue was gray also. Its ears were human-like, but bigger and pointed. It was completely naked with genitals that are similar but different than ours. Its penis was gray and covered in hair. Keep in mind all this happened within 2 minutes or less. However, I will never forget anything I saw, ever. I can't. After turning to face this thing, the creature made fists, both hands at its sides, slowly bending its elbows to 90 degrees. I was stunned, shocked, impossible, terrified. The second I started to slowly back up while simultaneously unsnapping my knife, the creature quickly pointed both fists at me, palms up, fists clench, and made motion that looked like he was humping the air, a powerful pelvic thrust. This was accompanied by a huff. It was so loud and powerful it knocked me down from close to 40 yards away. What the hell? It was like my mouth was frozen in a half-open position, trying to inhale and scream at the same time. I couldn't breathe. It's like I forgot how. I couldn't move. I felt completely paralyzed. I could hear it coming. It sounded like a horse when breathing. Tears streamed down my face as my kids and my family entered my mind. I knew it was over. This thing was from the pit of hell and 20 yards away and closing. I couldn't move my head to look at it. I tried desperately to roll and regain control of my body, but I couldn't. Not until the creature was less than 15 yards away. There was an enormous growl/roar from my left about 100 yards away. I felt it in my bones. Suddenly I couldn't move. I scrambled to my feet in a haze. The creature had completely lost interest in me and stared intently towards the roar. The creature quickly moved 20 yards towards the roar and hid behind a 6 or 7 foot cedar tree. At that same moment, 100 yards north, direction of the growl, something started running my direction, fast, plowing down trees, bushes, and I'm certain anything else in its way. By now I was on my feet, legs like jelly, confused, scared, and adrenaline on 100. I started to run, sort of, more like stumble back towards the creek and ultimately my truck. I was 50 or 60 yards from the creek when the unseen creature reached the hell creature. I looked back to see a giant black figure on two legs lower itself into a tackling position and completely take out the cedar tree and the creature behind it. Something let out a scream that will give me nightmares forever. They hit the snow in a blur, shit flying everywhere, growling, snarling, roaring, screaming, and the sound of trees coming down left and right. Words cannot do it justice. Instantly in my head, I saw one word: run. I did, in fact. I kicked off my muck boots and ran, without stopping, to my truck. I could still hear the creatures fighting from the parking lot. Clearly. Then a loud scream that sounded pain-inflicted, then silence. I threw up at the truck a few times and collapsed. After 5 minutes of leaning against my truck tire and processing what happened, I heard it again. A roar. The same one as before, like King Kong. Unbelievable. I'm still in complete shock. I consider calling police, DNR, and anyone else who can do something. What the F is going on? How can they keep this under wraps? People need to know it's not safe. I have to get the word out. What kind of a person would I be if I did nothing? I have to go back. I have to. Document what I can and thank the thing that saved my life. There's tracks everywhere. I need to know, and I'm not crazy. I don't know. Share this if you want. It's 100% legit. It's not embellished or exaggerated at all. I stuck to the facts I could remember. P.S. It almost looked like a bat in the face, sort of. Sorry, that's just a thought of that. Thanks for being an outlet for people like me, and be careful. Well, I'm pretty sure you are not going to be surprised if myself and everybody else here goes, holy shit, and what the what?